chaos and hot mess over there, just ignore that corner. Just pretend it doesn't even exist. I do. I know that much. I do. Come on in and say hey. As always, I love to hear where you're from. I'm going to pull your chit chat up on my Facebook page or on my phone so I can see what you're saying about it. I love this. Slow down so somebody can watch you make it. People, it's a fast forward video. Go to the link in the, follow the link in the, follow the instructions. I love that when people argue with you. Slow down. Watch the full YouTube video below. Yay! All right, good deal, good deal. Come on in and say hey. This is one of my favorites. I'm super excited to make this one. I'm going to show you in just a moment. And I'm on it. I'm on it. All right, Red, White, and Moo Wreath Kit. Front and center. So Jill's going to put a link to the Wreath Kit in the comments and then we'll pin it. But Jode, how the heck are you? Good to see you. There we go. All right. And so let me just say, this is the inspiration. So this sign, it says Red, White, and Moo. And of course, it's got our cute little cow on it, all in those beautiful patriotic colors. I can't wait. And I think what really sets this sign off even more is the ribbon choices. Truly, I think the ribbon choices make a huge difference. So when you look at, well, first of all, in this kit, you're going to get both rolls of mesh. You're going to get the solid navy with the royal blue metallic, and then this navy with the red and royal blue stripes, metallic strips in it. Look at how fun that is. But look at the ribbon. Look at the ribbon choices. So we've got that cow print, a solid red, that 2.5 inch, that looks like navy with stars, and that red bandana. That just really kind of sets it apart. So this kit comes with the frame, the sign, the 2 rolls of mesh, and the 4 rolls of ribbon. I love that. Donna, hello, hello, my friend. How are you? Of course, when you get your kit, you also get our recipe card so that it gives you some direction and guidance on where to go. If you have a kit that has a rectangle sign, 2 rolls of mesh, some ribbon, this one says 3, but we're going to be using 4. You can watch this video to get measurements and ideas and inspiration. Now, of course, that particular video may not be these exact products, but it's the measurements and the technique that you're looking for. And as always, I encourage you all to dare to be different, right? Gotta be different. I love to see the difference. Don't forget to hashtag Wreath Kit. Hashtag Wreath Kit. And so we can see your designs once they're done, or email them to me at info@festivecreationsbystephanie.com. All right. Y'all, it's like 55 today. It's beautiful. I hear a motorcycle out there. Some other things that I'm going to be using are some pipe cleaners, and these are available at Festive Creations. I don't know if you realize that we actually sell pipe cleaners too. This is a royal blue. They're 12-inch longs, but we're going to be using some of those pipe cleaners. I'm also going to be using some cable tie mounts for our sign. We also have those available at festivecreationsbystephanie.com under your tools, crafting tools. And I'm also going to use some DAP Rapid Fuse glue, and I'll show you how I'm going to be using that. Some additional things are my tools, my trusty scissors, my wire cutters, and my floral wire, my 22 gauge floral wire. So let's get started. And I like to start out with the sign so that my glue can be setting up and curing while I'm doing other things. Come on in and say hey. As always, I love to hear where you're from. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. It's been a crazy Monday yesterday. For those of you that have been following, you know that we went to court yesterday and we did get permanent guardianship over our great niece and nephew. And so yesterday was a day of, my husband took the day off of, obviously, for court. And we were running around between the courthouse. Then we had to go back to Social Security, do some things over there, had to go to the bank and do some stuff there. It was just a day of running back and forth all over the place. And we fit in some grocery shopping too. Juanita, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Regina, good to see you. But Charlotte, oh shoot, where's it at? Where's mine at? Charlotte. So Emma was gone this weekend, but when she got back yesterday, I gave her your gift, and she's actually made a gift for all of us with her little bead set. I have a bracelet that says Aunt. I'm trying to see if it's in here or if it's in my bedroom. She made Gary a bracelet. She made a bracelet for her best friend. She ate her Peeps marshmallow thing, sucker. She ate that yesterday when she got home from her grandpa's. She was super excited. She loved it. So thank you, my friend. Oh, did you? It's my first time watching you. I bought three wreath kits from you. Donna, you are a fan then. I love it. So this is the red, white, and moo kit. If anything, if you have a kit that has a 12x6 sign, then this would be a good technique for you. I don't do every wreath kit. That's why we get you, Michelle, hello. That's why we give you this recipe card, so that it gives you direction. It gives you measurements and ideas, and just use it just like a recipe. If you received those items in your kit, you can use that QR code to go find a video, and it'll take you to a video that makes a wreath using those items. Now, there might be some variances, like somebody emailed me the other day. I'm guessing what they were trying to say is their kit came with one roll of mesh. I'm not sure. No, I don't know what they meant. I don't know what they meant. But anyway, there's different videos on there. It takes you to my blog, and you can see so many videos on there. Georgie Lee, good to see you, my friend. Hello, hello. All right. So while our sign is getting all, she did, Charlotte, she did. So while my sign is getting cured here, let's talk about this mesh that we're going to be using in here. I'm going to set that ribbon off to the side as well. And let's begin. So this comes with both rolls of mesh. Deborah, hello, hello. Miss Deborah French. All right, so this is a poly jute metallic mesh. I will tell you, if you've ever purchased from me, there's different grades of mesh. There's different quality of mesh. I refuse to buy or to carry in my shop or purchase, I don't purchase it either, mesh that is like the cheapest mesh in the world, because it frays. It's horrible. I hate it. So I don't carry it. If you're looking for cheap, you can go anywhere else but Festive Creations by Stephanie for cheap mesh. And I mean, it's really super cheap. However, a step up from the lowest or the least expensive mesh that's out there can be a decent mesh. But the mesh that I typically put in your kits are usually a step up from that. Almost always. And like, this is no exception. This is a really nice mesh. It's a poly jute metallic mesh, and it's got that red, white, and blue. It's a royal blue and navy blue and red. Got that metallic foil through it. So you get both rolls of mesh with that, with this kit, our red, white, and moo kit. You also, when you purchase your kits from me, is you get the whole roll of ribbon. you get the entire roll. I don't cut it into 5 yards or 3 yards or whatever, because I want you as the designer to be able to make choices on how you make your bow or what you do with your ribbon. And I always encourage you, if you have leftover ribbon, by golly, make a matching bow or hang on to it. I mean, it doesn't matter, but make a matching bow and use it as an upsell. You know, like buy the wreath, get the bow for free. But really, I'm going to include the cost of that ribbon in the cost of the bow or in the cost of the wreath, right? So, make sure when you are purchasing kits, you know what you're getting. There's nothing wrong with getting 5 yards, except I've taught so many bow classes that I have seen the same person sitting next to each other make the same bow, and they both use a totally different amount of ribbon because maybe their loops are bigger or wider or whatever. Everybody's different. So you get 10 yards. You get a minimum of 10 yards of wired ribbon in every kit. And this one is no exception. You get 4 different ribbons and they're all 10 yards each. Okay. I am not going to let that ribbon kick my butt already. That ribbon, that mesh. So I am cutting 32-inch strips. We're going to need 18 of these because there are 18 twist ties on our wreath frame that comes with the wreath kit. I know, right? Listen, it's been a long day. Gary just got home or came home early from work. I was on a conference call with one of my coaching members, and I was teaching in a class online, and I'm like, what are you doing home? I got off there and he was home, and he's not feeling well. I don't mean this the wrong way, but I'm glad it waited till today and not yesterday when we had to be in front of the judge. That would have been horrible if he felt like crap yesterday. So he's in bed. Then when Eli and Emma get home, then Emma has tutoring today. Eli just gets to be Eli and probably ride his bicycle because it's nice enough outside to ride a bicycle. You name it. You name it. But we're just super excited. If you haven't heard the news, we officially became legal guardians of the two littles yesterday. 8-year-old Eli and 9-year-old Emma, our great niece and nephew, who lost their mom on Thanksgiving. Peggy Forbes, how is Jacksonville, Florida today? Hey girl, good to see you. See if I missed any comments. Yay. All right, so we have our 32-inch strips cut. We have the 2 different rolls of mesh, so you've got 2 different ones. So I'm going to start with the prettiest. I like this red, white, and blue poly metallic mesh. But before I do that, let's take off our tag and let's put our red, white, and moo together. Thank you, Peggy. I appreciate it. And Georgie Lee. So, yes, Charlotte, I'm just relieved now that we have all of the pieces in place as far as legalities go. And now I can kind of move forward on some other things, like with the Social Security office and all the other things. Eli, thank you, Jode. Girl, I'm telling you, it's crazy to think that I'm 63 years old. Gary's 59. He'll be 60 in October. And it's like we are starting all over again. But like I told some friends that we saw yesterday, I forgot to spread these apart. It's not like they're in diapers. So I do love that. It could be worse, right? And it's not worse. It's not, they're really good kids. They're typical kids. Eli's he's typical boy, snips and snails and puppy dog tails, right? Rambunctious. You have to kind of like have him chill, you know. We'll say something like, hey, we want to chill Eli right now. He's super smart. Smart as a whip. He loves school. They both love school. And yeah, you couldn't have handpicked kids better. Their mom has done a great job raising them. And we're just trying to let them be kids and grow and not forget their mom's legacy. So they get to spend usually 1 day a week with their grandpa. That's where they lived. They lived with their grandpa prior to living with us. So their mom and them and their grandpa all lived under the same roof. So we try to keep that as stable for them as possible. And they've done really great in the new schools too. Super well. Shelly, thank you so much for the stars. My sister is raising her great-granddaughters. She's Charlotte. Kudos to her. Was she already retired? That's what I'm trying to figure out is, how the heck do we retire now? Or do we retire? I don't know. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. Look, we made it through COVID. We've pivoted through all kinds of changes over the years. I'm pretty sure we can handle this one. Pretty sure we can. Hey, Miss Kim. Kim, I told Jill that the bow that I'm going to be making today is going to be requiring the assistance of your spool holder. So be prepared. So she's got the link all ready to share with everyone how to snag their own, just an FYI. I have a super fun idea for our bow on this project, and I think it's going to look really awesome. Super, super awesome. But right now, I'm taking those 32-inch strips, and I'm making that woodland ruffle out of them. And I'll explain that a little bit more in depth if you've never seen that done before. She had no one to watch them. Oh, Charlotte, that stinks. Did you get, oh no, Kim. Go ahead and put your new Etsy link in there because I have your old one saved in my shortcuts. And then we'll pin it. Jill, if you're listening, will you grab this link from Kim? Oh, she's had them since they were babies. Oh, bless her heart. And they're how old now? Did you say 8? Like Eli and Emma's age? That's crazy, Charlotte. Bless her heart. Thank you, Jill. Even though it says Stephanie, I know that's really my daughter because I didn't type that. She's pretending to be me, and I'm okay with that. She was playing around with ribbon before we went live, trying to make a bow. Jill, we never did come up with a date for you and Heather. We just need to put it on the calendar, that's all. Then we'll make it happen. Thank you, Kim. We will make that happen. And then, Jill, we can just save that, replace that link in my shortcuts. They're 11 and 13. So they're not that far off. I mean, 8 and 9, 11 and 13, but she's had them since they were babies. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure I could have handled a couple of toddlers or infants. No, grandmas need to just spoil them puppies and send them home. But not this weekend, but the next weekend, Easter weekend, we're going to have 2 of the grandkids and then Emma and Eli, we're taking them on a holiday weekend to St. Louis and have a hotel down there. So they're going to have a good weekend. I know, Shelly, right? Isn't that crazy? Okay, so we did around the bottom of our wreath frame, we used that polyjute metallic mesh and we went every other one. Now we're going to go back and fill in with this royal blue, maybe with the royal blue metallic. And a couple of things. So number one, it gives it some nice variety. The mesh doesn't always have to be the same mesh for every twist tie. So it gives us some contrast, but also please note that this mesh is more expensive than this mesh. So by alternating the styles and the product, you're also helping to control cost. You as a business owner, and if you're designing for a profit, we all, you know, at the bottom line is, what is it? Am I going to be my out-of-pocket cost? What's my profit going to be? And so those are just little things that can help you keep the cost down. So when I go to design a wreath kit, I have a budget. And I say I want to stay within this budget because I want the kits to be affordable for my customers. Now, there are times that I go higher end and I have more expensive wreath kits, but it's when I want to add that extra ooh and ah moment. So sometimes I'll have some that are a little pricier than others, but for the most part, I try to keep around the same price point when I go to curate and put all of these kits together. Love it. Kim, my mama is 74. She'll be 75 years this year, and she's had a little boy since she was born, and he is 7 years old now, and he is no kin to us. Kim, bless her heart. So how did she come about, you know, having custody of this little 7-year-old? That's crazy. Oh, since he was 7. That is amazing. Janice, yes, I am. I am right between Springfield and Decatur, Illinois. So yeah, Peoria is about an hour and a half from me, north. Actually, my goddaughter sees, her orthodontist is up in Peoria. So before she got her driver's license, I would make trips up to take her to her orthodontist up there. We actually have friends over there too in Peoria. I don't know that I could have done it. I love my grands more than anything in this world, and I would have done it if I had to, but dang, Denise, when you know the circumstances, honestly. So it wasn't like an overnight thing, because their mom had been ill over the last 2 years. So she would have bouts where she would have to go into the hospital. And with me being self-employed, it gives me a little bit more flexibility. It gives me a lot more flexibility than other people in our family, that I could drop what I'm doing. I mean, come on now. If I had a call come in right now and it was an emergency, I'd go, guys, gotta go, right? There isn't anything that's stopping me from getting up and going. And of course, I can pick it up. I can pick up where I left off later. Back when I was full-time healthcare as nursing home administrator or a nurse, that wasn't possible. I actually had a nurse that would not leave her shift because she was the only nurse on the midnight shift. She had a heart attack. Had a heart attack at work. And she would not leave because she didn't have anybody to hand the keys over to. She waited until someone came to take the keys from her. I said, girl, and I was the administrator at the time. And I don't you ever, look, I would have had you hand them off to the janitor. I don't care. I would have taken responsibility. Your health is so much more important than the keys to the narcotic box. But our family, you know, so it was just a logical choice. So when Sarah was in and out of the hospital over the last couple of years with, you know, medical issues, we would have them for like a week or two at a time while she was hospitalized and in recovery. So the kids have come to know us pretty well. And of course, they've lived with us, you know, week, 2 weeks, sometimes 30 days in a row, depending on their mom and what was going on with her. So when she really got sick last October, and she pretty much lived in the hospital from October on, she I think only went home maybe a couple of days between October and when she actually passed away. So the kids were already settled in here. They had a routine. They were starting to learn people here in our little town in Niantic. And yeah, so it just, and you know, of course, we were kind of getting used to them as well. So it's okay. It's okay. It was her neighbor's child, and she kept him for the lady to move, and she knew, oh, Kim, get out of Dodge. Say that isn't so. Now, of course, Kim, I haven't read the comments after that, so I'm gonna have to do that. But I'm assuming that person probably, I don't want this color. Darn it! I don't need this one. Let me clamp it off. I want the other one right now. I'm assuming that legal authorities got involved back then. But that's crazy. You were born in Eldon. That's funny, Charlotte. That's what I thought. My husband works at the plant in Clinton. Yep. Okay. I didn't know their mom. Kim, yes. She actually passed away on Thanksgiving. It was, it's been a journey. Why did I come on the other side, y'all? Hang on. Oh, clip. I needed another clip. That's why. That's why I need this clip. Because I used that one. 27, she's pregnant with her. Oh, Kim. Kim. Okay. Hey, if you want to unfollow me after this statement, I understand. But I don't care. I'm going to tell you this right now. Some people should not breed. That's my opinion. Some people should not breed. That's crazy. Alrighty then. Wow. All right, we're going to move on along here. Did you get the package I sent? Kim, if you're talking to me, no. I have not gotten any packages from you. Last package I got was from Charlotte. Kim, I have a feeling I'm not the only one. Whew, getting warm in here now. But it's getting warm outside here in Illinois too. Try and finish this up before they get home from school. And then, like I said, Emma's got tutoring today and tomorrow. So that was, you know, that was a journey when the kids came, you know, when they were just staying with us temporarily, it's one thing. But once it became apparent that they were a permanent part of our lives, I actually went to their parent-teacher conferences when their mom was still alive, because she couldn't go, and started to learn a little bit more about that side of the kids, and found out that Emma was way behind in her reading, extremely behind. So Emma is actually in 4th grade, but she is reading at a kindergarten level. And so through time, I've hired a tutor, and so she goes to tutoring twice a week. Her new school has her in some amazing extra help at school. Hold on. Okay, that's right. That's right. And we just got her first progress report from the new school, our school, and she's actually now at a 1st grade reading level. So you can just see the progress of that poor girl. She is just shining like you wouldn't believe with her progress and just moving right along. And her teacher, we could not have asked for a better teacher to help her with this roadblock that she's been having. So it's pretty cool. And that, my dear, is probably the most gratifying thing, you know, anybody could ask for. Is to see the difference that you're making in their lives. My son, my middle son, he's like, Mom, you've lost your mind. I said, well, you know, it should be comforting to know that if something happened to you and your wife, that we would not hesitate to take our grandkids. We would never allow our grandkids to go anywhere, ever, ever, ever. If it was physically possible, our grandkids would be well taken care of too. Hey, Debbie and Charlotte, I know. And so Charlotte, just the simple things that you would think, you know, because she's 9, right? And by the way, I'm going to show you guys this real quick. So she's 9. This is how we are. We're almost done with the top ring, but look how full that is with those 2 rolls of mesh. We've still got a few more on this side. But simple things that we take for granted, like I was trying to work with her at the beginning to help me in the kitchen, right? Let's bake some cookies. Couldn't read any of it, a recipe. And that was frustrating for me because I'm trying to help her sound out these words. And like, I just want to bake a batch of chocolate chip cookies. And, you know, it's things like that, that it's like, hey, wouldn't it be nice if we get you some help? And so that you can read recipes and can, you know, because she's a people pleaser. So anyway, we're working on it. We're working on it. Thank goodness. She'll get there. She knows a lot more now than she did when she first came to the school district, and that was just in January. She's just leaps and bounds. Charlotte, and she's not having a hard time. We figured out what happened is during COVID would have been her first grade, which is where they learn to read. You know, they're learning those basics, sounding out phonics, and they didn't even know what vowels were. Emma or Eli did not know what vowels were last October. We had to teach them what the vowels were. At 8 and 9. So anyway, so she missed that whole part during COVID. And so they got no schooling. I guess mom never went and picked up the iPad. So they literally had a whole year off of school. But that was the critical time where other students, and they just moved her forward. They just keep moving her forward. So we're helping her. We got her. We got them both. Look at that. All right, so 2 rolls of mesh. Look at how we added it now. Let's go back to our sign and look at how we want to place this. So whenever I put a sign up, I want to talk to you about vision. Where are you going with this? Now, this wreath kit does not come with any picks or florals or anything. It comes with ribbon, sign, mesh, and the frame. But we're going to have a lot of fun with this ribbon. So what I want to do is I want to decide where I'm going to go from here. Now, I can, if you can envision, if we put that sign right there smack in the middle of the wreath, we could put ribbon tails. We could put maybe a small bow there or a bow here that kind of like has some tails flowing down. We could scoot this up a little further so that we can have a fuller bow down here. We could move it to the right. We could move it to the left and have things over here or things over here. We could come down to the bottom. So really at this point, it's up to you where you want to go with this design. It's truly your own personal choice. I also like to go cattywampus. It throws some people off when they buy my wreaths and they want to hang them like this. And I'm like, no, it's intended to be like this. I like to do cattywampus because it catches your eye. It stands out, in my opinion, a little bit differently. Stands out a little bit. The other thing is too, is we are going to add some ribbon tails. So we're going to be using this 2.5 inch. And we're going to be using some of that red bandana as our ribbon tails. So let's get started. And I honestly feel like I want to go more in the center and put a nice, beautiful bow here with tails flowing down. That's where I think I want it. That's where my gut is going today. So let's go ahead and add our sign. And you notice that I moved those ties up out of my way because I don't want to cover them up, because we're going to be using that for some ribbon tails. Yeah, ribbon tails. So I already added some cable tie mounts and, pipe cleaners to the back of my sign. If you're just joining and you missed that we did that at the very beginning, and it gives it a chance to kind of set up and cure while we are adding our mesh. So those are already attached to the back there. Hold the phone so you guys aren't looking at some crazy picture right now. You can look at crazy me. There we go. It's just a pipe cleaner. That's all. I'm just trying to get it through the hole. There we go. Yay. And okay, we've got the top two, and now I'm going to slide through and do the bottom. And I'm just feeding it through the mesh and then finding a part of that wire frame to attach to. Anytime I can find a cross beam on that wire frame, I'm going to snag it as well. Thanks, Peg. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Okay. And I do like to put the sign on before I start adding ribbon, because that way I can flip it over and not feel guilty about smashing anything. All right, get him tied around here. Just kind of going around that wire frame, finding a place to secure to. And I'm pulling it snug, not tight. So it's taut, not tight. If you pull too tight, you can end up smashing your mesh down and losing some of the volume. And then again, if I have a crossbar to hang on to, I like to try and grab those and wrap around the crossbar when possible. And it keeps my sign from shifting and, you know, being misplaced later on down the road. Oh, Candace, girl. I haven't even started. And of course, this quarter's sales taxes are due too. Yay me. High five myself. No friends. Okay, look. So, yeah, hey, when you get done with that, you're more than welcome to volunteer to help me. I'll bring them to you. In fact, mine's all online. I'll just come to your house. We'll log in and I'll let you do my taxes. How's that sound? Ooh, baby. Look at that. How fun. All right, ribbon tails. Let's do some ribbon tails. So I'm going to be using this 2.5 inch navy blue random stars and this 1.5 inch red bandana. Those are going to be our ribbon tails. Look how fun. All right, let's load them up. We're going to start here. And come on, girl, I believe in you. There we go. So I'm going to be cutting 12-inch ribbon tails. And we'll need 18 of the 2.5 inch random stars and 18 of the bandana, the red bandana. Get going here. And that will actually leave me still plenty of ribbon. So remember, I said that in my wreath kits, you get the whole roll of ribbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 2, 3, 6. All right, one more. So if you want to make a coordinating bow and do one of those, hey, buy the wreath, get a matching bow for $10 or for free or whatever your upsell is. That works out really well. Hey, S. Casper, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And I do want you guys to stick around for this bow because as I mentioned earlier with Kim, I'm going to be using her, I'm great, thank you. I'm going to be using her spool holder because I'm going to be doing a 4 ribbon bow at the same time. So we're going to use 4 rolls of ribbon at the same time to make our bow today. So that spool holder, I bought, she gave that one to me, but you can find one on her Etsy shop. And Jill's got the link to it there, or Kim, if you want to repost your link to it, that would be great. So to hold on to some extra spools of ribbon because I do all of them at the same time. So it does help. Can you do it without the spool holder? Sure. Are you going to be chasing ribbon down the hallway? Probably. So she made my life simple. Her and her husband with the spool holder. Boy, Stephanie, you didn't make that in half. You didn't find the halfway point on that for nothing. Girl, you got this. You got this. Okay. Let's come on down here. Thank you. BR. Jill was on it, wasn't she? This weekend, the girls are having a girls' night out. Super excited. So Emma and Eli will be spending Saturday with their grandpa. And there are several of us girls, my sister, my daughter, my BFFs, and are going out. And Heather, she's part of my BFF, are going out having a girls' night out. Gary will be the chauffeur. Jill, will you look at that tracking number? Because Gary's shirt has been delayed. And if I just need to order another one so I can get it here on time, I'm okay with that. But I need it to be here by Saturday. And apparently UPS, it's delayed somehow. Can you do that for your mama, please? I just now realized today's Tuesday. I thought about it yesterday, but with everything going on with court and the kids and all that fun stuff, I really didn't have a chance to follow up on it. But I just might have to order a whole new one, and then when that one comes, send it back. Thank you. No, Brenda, we didn't get the zebra print. I was nice to him. I got him one a little less. So Gary is our official chauffeur for Girls' Night Out. So he gets to take us wherever we want. We're going to start out with dinner. And we have, I know for sure at the end of the evening where we're going to be, there's a band that's playing nearby and that we all really enjoy. So we're going to go listen to a band at the end of the evening. But yeah, visit a few watering holes and just have some girl time, downtime, right? Hey, Jill, will you just go ahead and order another one, please? I need it to be here before Saturday. And today's Tuesday. In fact, I think yesterday it was showing me an option, Amazon was, to or go ahead and reorder it and have that one get returned for free. But every time I did it, kept saying error. Cows. I know, Nikki. What's up? What's up, Lit? Look at our cute cows. All right, I am ready to add some tails. Ooh. And then we're going to make that magical bow, 4-ribbon bow. We're going to use all 4 ribbon at the same time. I have not, as Casper, I have not. I was just thinking about her too last week. Funny you should ask that. Something came up and I was in my memories or something, and it reminded me of her. It's kind of like she just fell off the face of the earth. Oh, friends, I'm here to tell you, if you can't see this already, check this out. I am loving it. Let me go ahead and get a couple of these stacked. That one seems a little excessive. I don't know how that one got longer. I'm having trouble with the search feature on your website. Anyone else? Get your bar to open. Sometimes, Peggy, I have to tap it 3 times. I don't know why. It's like it delays. Me too, as Casper. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Miss Nikki. Okay. And Nikki, we just said we need to look at the calendar and figure out a weekend that them girls can come spend with Grandma and Papa. We've got to come up with some dates. Look at that. I'm so happy. Guess I should back to work. Oh, work's overrated, Brenda. Oh, that is funny, Nikki. Yeah, Peggy, I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of doing things from the desktop, so, but try closing out the window totally, like totally closing it out, swiping up, and like you said, maybe come back. Somebody has to pay my bills. Well, there's that. We'll have to have a talk with that Scooter Claus. He's slacking in the job. No, just kidding. You don't want somebody else paying your bills. I know you. I don't know how the red ones came out a little bit longer, but a couple of them did. But it's okay. We can trim those down. Couple more on the outside, and then we're going to start on the top. So my vision is to do a bow below our cow with some long tails. I couldn't wait to make this one. Now, I will tell you, our wreath kit of the month with the bald eagle, that's definitely been my favorite so far, patriotic. And of course, it's sold the same day. But with that exclusive sign. So of course, the only way you can get that sign is in the Wreath Kit of the Month. And those, we don't have any. So with the Wreath Kit of the Month, we plan ahead. You know, we have to order and plan ahead at least 6 months ahead. So you never know how sales are going to go. So you plan on this many, hoping they all will sell. And then when they do, nobody's leaving the Wreath Kit of the Month subscription group, which is great. That's a good thing because that means that y'all are loving our Wreath Kit of the Month. But when new people want to come and join, I'm like, yeah, got to join the wait list. It might be a while, but you can join the wait list. We'll let you know if there's any openings. But sometimes circumstances change and an opening might pop up here or there. And I get it. I had one lady a while back, she canceled because she fell and broke her wrist, so she couldn't do any crafting. Okay, I get it. You don't need a new Wreath Kit every month if you can't craft, right? What do you think so far? Let me know the weekend you have open in April and the girls can come stay, celebrate. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'll look when I get off the live and see what weekend we have open. I know not the third weekend. That's our triple header with gigs. But let me look and see what's happening. And then next thing you know, it'll be camping season. We're on the home stretch. Why do I have extra tails? I must not have counted correctly when I was doing this. Or, no, I don't have extra. You know what I do? I need a couple more blue ones. That's okay. I thought I heard a school bus. Nope, not yet. In about 15 minutes. And that'll be about right. Callie still loves camping. Keely is getting too bougie. Keely's been bougie. What you talking about? I get it, though. There's no teenage. I mean, there are. Some teenagers don't mind it, but yeah, Keely's never been a big fan of camping. 1, 2, 3, it looks like. Yes, 1, 2. It's funny, Nikki. I was telling Gary something a couple of weeks ago, and I said that, bougie, and he goes, what? I said, bougie. And I have no idea what you're talking about. So I had to explain to your father what the heck bougie meant. He understands it now. Love it. All right. Home stretch for ribbon tails, and then watch out for this 4 ribbon bow. And I'm going to be using all 4 ribbon at the same time to make this bow. If you're just joining, this is a wreath kit that we put together for this season. Red, white, and moo. Oh, and I forgot to mention that we're live on YouTube too. By the way, if you're watching from YouTube, thanks for hanging out with me. If you're not watching on YouTube, go follow me over there. Subscribe to my channel. Lo and behold, it's called Festive Creations by Stephanie. You can find me on YouTube. Lots of content over there as well. He is nerd, but we love him. Thank you, Miss Nikki. And yeah, we can't help it. It's just who he is, right? Let's see if I can do that. I want to do that. Okay, are you ready? Let's see what it looks like before. So this is ribbon tails, right? We just added the ribbon tails. And I agree with Nikki. It looks pretty awesome already. But let's set this back here. Let's hang it up for a moment. And so we're going to place a nice, beautiful bow down here at the bottom under our sign. So we don't want it coming, we're okay if it barely touches the bottom of the sign, but we don't want it obstructing any of our lettering. So let me show you. So if you recall, this wreath kit came with 4 rolls of ribbon. It came with the 2.5-inch random stars in navy blue. It came, Karen, you've never heard of bougie either. So think about, here's what I told her, Nikki's dad, my husband. Blingy, like bougie meaning you can't sit on it because it's got dirt on it, or top of the line. Bougie. It's got to be it's got to be pretty. It's got to be fancy. Bling. I used bling a lot when I described it. All right, look. Look at those 4 ribbon together. So now we're going to take those. We're going to take our 3 ribbon spool holder. And if you need a link to that, let me know. We've posted it a couple of times. And we're going to take our Easy Bow Maker, and we're going to make a 4 ribbon bow. So in order to do this, I have to think about it. Hang on. This one, the one that you want on the bottom is going to go furthest away. Then, hang on. Is that right? No, it's going to be closest. There we go. This one's going to be closest. Then the one on top of that's going to go next. Then followed by your top ribbon. So this is your bottom ribbon, the one that's going to be close on the bottom. This one goes right on top of it. Then we're going to layer this one and bring around that red. So I'm layering all 4 of these together. But I need them, let me move my sign here. Come up here. Oh, don't move the whole mat, Stephanie. There we go. We're going to make all 4 of these at the same time, or use all 4 of them at the same time. Now, this will use a lot of ribbon. It's going to be bulky. So for this one, I definitely use a zip tie to secure it. In fact, I probably want a little bit of a thicker zip tie. That one's kind of a skinny one. Let me go. I got some black ones that are a little heftier. Yeah, I'm going to use that black one. It's a little thicker. And put that zip tie back. I will be using, you just have to go slow. And then I'm going to be using some 22 gauge floral wire as, oh, I don't need a piece that big, Stephanie. Hello. You're not making this for a telephone pole. I've been making bows for the town. And for that, I have to have about 4 yards of, not 4 yards, 4 feet of wire. Okay. So we've got the wire ready. We've got our zip tie ready. And we've got our bows all stacked. The red, the cow print, the bandana, and our 2.5s on bottom. So I'm going to come out, first of all, with some tails. So I'm going to measure out about probably 15 inches for tails. Yep. And just like any time else, I'm going to pinch that together. And I'm going to come right down here between the poles, and I'm going to twist this side so that the ugly side is up. And there's my tails. I'm going to measure over here to the 6-inch mark. Very carefully bring my ribbon around, go down the center and twist as I'm going down And there we go, 6-inch. I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Come clear out to the 6-inch. Twist as I go down. And we're out here to the 6-inch. Now, it's very important. Oh, poor Kim. So for me, it's very important that you don't do more than one loop on, especially if you're using 4 ribbon. Even if you're doing this with 3 ribbon, I only do 1 loop on the bottom. Then I'm going to come up and we're going to come in to about 4 inches, just a little bit shorter, but all right, twist, do 1 loop. I want to be able to see the ribbon behind it. Do another loop. And now we've got 2 sets of loops, and we're going to do 1 more set. And this one's going to be about 3 inches in length. We're going to do that on both sides. On the final one, we don't twist. We're just going to leave the tails facing the same direction. And we're going to bring that out to match our other tail. So we're just going to bring those out together. So this is what it's going to look like. It looks like a layered bow right now. I'm going to trim that off. We're going to take our zip tie, and I'm going to put my glasses on. I'm going to lift this up just a smidge so I can get that zip tie underneath there. And bring this around. Now I can I've got that zip tie kind of loosely on there. So I'm going to pull that out. See how we're stacked right there? Bring the zip tie around the back, tighten it down a little bit more. Before I tighten it down all the way, I'm going to take my floral wire and put right there under that zip tie. And hold the phone, please. Perfect. Make sure nothing's shifted. And pull that zip tie tight all the way. This next part is where the magic happens. Now, I will leave that zip tie on for a little bit because it gives me kind of something to grab onto as I begin this next process. So the next process is very simple. I'm just going to lay everything out. I need my tails to face downward, and I'm going to begin with spreading the love here. So I'm going to take all 4 of these and I'm going to start splitting them apart. But because I have that nice secure zip tie in there, look at how I can just make the ribbon behave. I'm going to own that ribbon. It's going to do exactly what I want it to do. I'm going to twist it. I'm going to pull on it, and that will keep it from being bunched up right here in the center. So I'm going to start at the top, and this one is going to go over here. Twist, move, move, get it, move, move. And now we have the top is already poofed out. I'm going to continue doing that all the way through the next 2 layers. I'm going to unravel these, but I'm also I'm not going to put this red next to that red. So I'm going to pull that red the opposite way. I'm going to bring it back here. Same way with our cow print. We don't want it right next to that, so we'll bring it back here. Just spread it out. Just spread the love so that the ribbon aren't sitting right on top of each other. And, do the best you can, because not always will it work out perfectly, but you just kind of want to give it some layering effect to it. And last but not least, let's do the bottom layer. And again, I like to keep that zip tie on there because it kind of gives me a place to grab onto if I need to. It's like my little handle there. All right, let's take that and let's bring our wreath back up on deck. And we're gonna trim off that excess zip tie now. Don't cut your wire though. Tails facing downward, and we're gonna go right in here. Now, this is sitting right on top of a twist tie. If it's necessary, you might want to put some extra mesh right in here so that the bow doesn't get sucked down into the wreath. You want the bow to kind of stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to take an extra piece of mesh and I'm just going to ruffle it together, build me up just a little extra height right in there. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's just giving me some extra body in here so that my bow can sit on top of this and not sink down into the mesh itself. What the heck is rattling? Okay, one wire through. Where did you go? There we go. Just gotta work it through the mesh, that's all. Not sideways, just through the mesh. Chase the wire. Oh, there it is. Okay. And of course, before I go tightening anything down, I want to make sure it's centered right where I need it to be. I can adjust my tails and fluff it a little bit more once we get it in position. And before I tighten it all the way, I just want to hold it up here. Let's bring it up here for a moment. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's about right where I want it. I need it to face up just a little bit more. This way. Okay, that's better. That's why I didn't tighten it down yet. Yes. All right. One thing nice about doing the bow with this, with doing all the ribbon at the same time, is you get a totally different look than if we did the single layers. So it gives you a nice, full, voluptuous look. And then, of course, we can prepare the tails. And sometimes I just like to go at an angle. No dovetailing involved. I just kind of cut them at an angle. And it just depends on what I'm in the mood for. Not everything has to get a dovetail. And not everything has to be the same length. So I like to stagger the length of my ribbon tails on my bow. Just to add a little bit of variety. Yes, please. All right, let's get a good final look at this. Joe, thank you, girl. I love it. I love it. I love the way it's popping. I love the colors. I love the concept. Red, white, and moo. Yes, yes, yes. So as I said, this ribbon doesn't come with anything else except what we saw here. It came with the 2 rolls of mesh, the wreath frame, the sign, and 4 rolls of ribbon. And I think it makes a powerful statement right there. Right there. They just dropped Emma off. Emma likes to get Bailey howling. So Bailey lays out in the driveway and waits for the kids to come get off the bus. And then Emma is so funny because she will, you know, when she's home, because she'll be out there getting Bailey to howl. It's so cute. It's her thing now. It is her thing. All right, guys. Well, I think that's a perfect cue, right? Perfect cue. Y'all, thanks for hanging out with me. I love it. I'll get pictures and we'll post it. Go check out the wreath kit. Yes, ma'am. Do I have tutoring? Yes, you have tutoring. So I want to grab a snack going up. You want to get a snack? Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Have a great night.